You were told that if you just save your money, stay disciplined, and avoid risk, everything will work out. That putting cash in the bank is responsible, safe, smart. But here's the uncomfortable truth almost nobody talks about. While your money sits there doing nothing, it is slowly losing power every single day. Prices rise, your savings stay still. And without realizing it, you're running a race where the finish line keeps moving farther away. Two people can work just as hard, save just as carefully, and follow the same advice, yet one quietly falls behind while the other builds real wealth. And the difference isn't luck. It's not intelligence. It's understanding how money actually works. This confusion exists because we're taught half the story. Parents tell us to save because they want us to be safe. Schools teach saving because it sounds responsible. Banks love saving because your money works for them while barely working for you. So investing gets painted as dangerous, complicated, or only for rich people in suits who already know the game. Losing money feels scary, so we avoid investing altogether and tell ourselves we'll start later, when we earn more, when we feel ready, when life is more stable. But later often never comes. The real question was never saving versus investing. The real question is when saving protects you, when it quietly holds you back, and how investing done patiently and correctly can change the entire direction of your financial future. By the end of this video, you'll understand the difference clearly, without hype or fear, and you'll see why playing it safe is sometimes the riskiest move of all. Most people think saving money is the foundation of financial success, and in a small way, that's true. Saving gives you stability. It gives you breathing room. It protects you from emergencies, surprises, and short-term chaos. Having cash set aside means a broken phone, a medical bill, or a temporary loss of income doesn't instantly turn into a crisis. That's the role saving is supposed to play. But the problem starts when saving is treated as the goal instead of a tool. When money sits in a savings account for years, it feels safe, but safety can be deceptive. Inflation quietly eats away at its value. The same amount of money buys less food, less fuel, less freedom every year. On paper, your balance looks stable. In real life, your purchasing power is shrinking. No one feels this loss day by day, which is why it's so dangerous. Saving too much for too long creates a false sense of progress. You feel responsible, disciplined, even proud while time works against you. Saving is meant to protect today, not build tomorrow. And when people rely on saving alone to create wealth, they unknowingly accept a slow, invisible decline. This is where investing enters the conversation and where fear usually shuts people down. Investing has been framed as risky, complex, and reserved for experts. But at its core, investing is simply putting money into things that grow over time. Instead of storing money, you're giving it a job. You're buying ownership in businesses, assets, or systems that produce value. Yes, prices go up and down. Yes, there is risk. But the biggest misunderstanding is thinking that volatility equals danger. Short-term movement feels scary, but long-term stagnation is far more destructive. History shows that patient investing rewards time, not perfection. You don't need to predict the market. You don't need to be lucky. You need consistency and patience. The real power of investing isn't fast gains, it's compounding. Money earning money year after year, quietly accelerating in the background. People avoid investing because they imagine losing everything overnight. What they don't realize is that by not investing at all, they guarantee something worse. Their money never truly grows. Here's the part nobody tells you clearly. The system is built to encourage saving and discourage investing for the average person. Banks profit when your money sits idle. Employers praise responsibility, not ownership. Financial education focuses on avoiding mistakes, not creating opportunity. Fear is easier to teach than confidence. So people are trained to protect money, not grow it. Meanwhile, wealthy families teach a different lesson. They understand that risk isn't something to eliminate, it's something to manage. They know that doing nothing is a decision, and often the most expensive one. The truth is, inflation is a guaranteed loss. It happens whether you participate or not. Investing feels risky because the losses are visible. Inflation feels harmless because the losses are silent. And so people choose the danger they can't see over the discomfort they can. This isn't about intelligence or discipline, it's about perspective. Once you see how the game is structured, you realize why so many hardworking people stay stuck despite doing everything right. The real answer was never choosing one over the other. Saving and investing are not enemies. They have different jobs. Saving is for security. Investing is for growth. You save to survive shocks. You invest to escape limitations. A healthy financial life needs both, but in the right balance. Save enough to feel stable, not so much that fear controls your decisions. Invest with a long-term mindset, not chasing quick wins, but building ownership over time. The biggest mistake beginners make is waiting for certainty. There is no perfect moment. Confidence doesn't come before action, it comes from it. When you understand the role of saving and the power of investing, money stops being something you hoard and starts being something you direct. And that shift from hiding money to using it intentionally is where real financial progress begins. At the end of the day, this isn't about choosing sides or proving one method right and the other wrong. It's about understanding what each tool is actually designed to do. Saving gives you peace of mind. It protects you from short-term pain and unexpected moments. But it was never meant to carry your future on its shoulders. Investing, on the other hand, is what allows your money to grow alongside time instead of falling behind it. When you confuse safety with progress, you stay busy but stuck. When you learn to balance protection with growth, everything changes. Most people don't fail financially because they're careless. They fail because they were never shown the full picture. They were taught how to avoid loss, not how to build freedom. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. Every decision with money becomes more intentional. You stop asking, "Is this safe?" and start asking, "Is this moving me forward?" That shift in thinking is where real control begins. Because money doesn't reward fear or comfort. It rewards clarity, patience, and action taken over time. Save to stay standing, invest to move ahead. And remember, doing nothing is still a decision, and time will always choose a side.